Roswell is a city in North Fulton County, Georgia, United States. Roswell is Georgia's eighth-largest city with a population of 88,346 according to the 2010 United States Census. History. In 1830, while on a trip to North Georgia, Roswell King passed through the area of what is now Roswell and observed the great potential for building a cotton mill along Bickery Creek. Since the land nearby was also good for plantations, his idea was to put cotton processing near cotton production. Toward the middle of the 1830s, King returned to build a mill that would soon become the largest in North Georgia, Roswell Mill. He brought with him 36 African slaves from his own coastal plantation, plus another 42 skilled carpenter slaves bought in Savannah to build the mills. The slaves built the mills, infrastructure, houses, mill worker apartments, and supporting buildings for the new town. The Africans brought their unique Geechee culture, language, and religious traditions from the coast to North Georgia. King invited investors from the coast to join him at the new location. He was also joined by Barrington King, one of his sons, who succeeded his father in the manufacturing company. Archibald Smith was one of the planters who migrated there to establish a new plantation, also bringing enslaved African Americans from the coastal areas. Barrington Hall, Smith Plantation and Bullock Hall have been preserved and restored. They are now open to the public. According to the 1850 slave schedules, these three founding families, together with the next three largest planters, held 192 slaves, 51% of the total 378 slaves held in Roswell District. Archibald Smith had a 300-acre cotton plantation. According to the 1850 census, Barrington King held 70 slaves. Half of these slaves were under the age of 10. These slaves worked in Barrington's household. Barrington King leased, or rented some of his adult male slaves to the Roswell Manufacturing Company, but they did not work around the mill machinery. The Roswell area was part of Cobb County when first settled, and the county seat of Marietta was a 4-hour horseback ride to the west. Since Roswell residents desired a local government, they submitted a city charter for incorporation to the Georgia General Assembly. The charter was approved on February 16, 1854. By the time of the Civil War, the cotton mills employed more than 400 people, mostly women. Given settlement patterns in the Piedmont, they were likely of Scots-Irish descent. As the mill increased in production, so did the number of people living in the area. During the American Civil War, the city was captured by Union forces under the leadership of General Kenneth Garrard. Under orders of General Sherman, Garrard shipped the mill workers north to prevent them from returning to work if the mills were rebuilt. This was a common tactic of Sherman to economically disrupt the South. The mill was burned, but the houses were left standing. The ruins of the mill and a 30-foot dam that was built for power still remain. Most of the town's property was confiscated by Union forces. The leading families had left the town to go to safer places well before the federal invasion, and arranged for their slaves to be taken away from advancing federal troops, as was often the practice. Some slaves may have escaped to Union lines. After the war, Barrington King rebuilt the mills and resumed production. While many freedmen stayed in the area to work as paid labor on plantations or in town, others migrated to Fulton County and Atlanta for new opportunities. The South suffered an agricultural depression resulting from the effects of the war and labor changes. According to the census, the population of Cobb County decreased slightly from 14,242 in 1860, to 13,814 in 1870. The proportion of African Americans decreased more, from 27% to 23%. During those years, nearby Fulton County more than doubled in population, from 14,427 to 33,336. The effects of dramatic African American migration can be seen by the increase in Fulton County from 20.5% slave in 1860 to 45.7% colored in 1870. At the end of 1931, the United States was in the midst of the Great Depression. The difficult economic conditions drove Milton County, Roswell's neighboring county to the north, to merge in its entirety with Fulton County, Roswell's neighboring county to the south. To facilitate the merger, Roswell was ceded from Cobb County to become part of Fulton County. This became effective the 9th day of May in 1932. Roswell filed all legal records, including vital statistics, real estate, and the results of torts with the county clerk of Cobb before this date. With the county clerk of Fulton, after this date. Roswell is now one of the largest cities in the state. Its population has increased most steadily in the last 15 years. Joe Wood, a Republican, has served as mayor of Roswell since 1997. See also, List of mayors of Roswell, Georgia. Geography. Roswell is located at 34 degree 2 euro squared to euro cubed n 84 degree 20 euro squared 39 euro cubed w. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 38.6 square miles, of which 38.0 square miles is land and 0.6 square miles is water. Geographic features Big Creek, Bull Sluice Lake, Chattahoochee River, Morgan Falls Dam, Johns Creek, Crooked Creek, Ordery Mill Creek. Climate Demographics. As of 2010, Roswell had a population of 88,346. The racial and ethnic composition of the population was 74.7% white, 11.7% Black or African American, 4.0% Asian, 0.3% Native American, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 6.6% from some other race and 2.5% from two or more races. 16.6% of the population was Hispanic or Latino of any race. A majority of them were of Mexican origin. As of the census of 2000, there were 79,334 people, 30,207 households, and 20,933 families residing in the city. The population density was 2,086.5 people per square mile. There were 31,300 housing units at an average density of 823.2 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 81.51% white, 8.54% African American, 0.20% Native American, 3.74% Asian, 0.03% Pacific Islander, 4.08% from other races, and 1.90% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 10.61% of the population. There were 30,207 households, out of which 34.6% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 57.1% were married couples living together, 8.6% had a female householder with no husband present, and 30.7% were non-families. 23.1% of all households were made up of individuals and 4.5% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.61 and the average family size was 3.07. In the city, the population was spread out, with 24.4% under the age of 18, 8.2% from 18 to 24, 35.1% from 25 to 44, 24.7% from 45 to 64 and 7.5% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 37.2 years. For every 100 females there were 100.0 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 98.0 males. According to a 2007 estimate, the median income for a household in the city was $73,469, and the median income for a family was $103,698. The average income for households was $106,219 and the average income for families was $123,481. Males had a median income of $72,754 versus $45,979 for females. The per capita income for the city was $40,106. About 3.2% of families and 5.0% of the population were below the poverty line, including 5.6% of those under age 18 and 0.7% of those age 65 or over. Household income, Roswell median housing value, 2000 population by age, population by gender, education, race and ethnicity. CNN named Roswell number 76 for its list of the top 100 places to live in the U.S. in 2010. Named one of the top 3 cities in the nation to raise your family. Roswell was listed third in the book, Best Places to Raise Your Family, released by Frommer's. On October 30, 2006, the city of Roswell was named the 18th safest city in the United States by City Crime Rankings, an annual reference book of crime statistics and rankings published by Morgan Quitno Press. Roswell was selected from 371 cities in the overall safest 25 category. Economy. The Consulate General of Honduras in Atlanta is located at Suite 3 and 600 Whose Way in Roswell. The city's largest employers are the Kimberly-Clark Corporation, North Fulton Regional Hospital, Harry's Farmers Market, and the City of Roswell. A section of Route 400 between Roswell and Atlanta is known as the High-Tech Corridor, where many technology firms like Kimberly-Clark have factories or offices. As of the 2006 census, 1/3 of Roswell's 5,000 registered business were home-based. The largest industries were retail, technology, food services, wholesale trade, and healthcare. Many Roswell residents work in nearby Atlanta. Businesses with their headquarters in Roswell including Snork Teas, Tripwire Interactive, and Farseer Technologies. Roswell's economy is large enough to recruit franchises from many popular Georgia businesses like Chick-fil-A, and Heel Sokeek operate multiple locations in Roswell. In 2015, Roswell was ranked 224 for economic growth among small American cities. Tourism. Tourists visit the following notable places: Archibald Smith Plantation Home, Bullock Hall, Barrington Hall, Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area, Chattahoochee Nature Center, Faces of War Memorial, Primrose Cottage, Teaching Museum, North Atlanta Rowing Club, Holly Hill, Historic Roswell District. Parks and Recreation. The Roswell Recreation and Parks Department has 18 parks with 800 acres of active and passive parkland and facilities. The goals of the department are to promote a sense of community spirit and athleticism in the youth of Roswell, partnering with many local middle and high schools to achieve its goals by lending practice fields and athletic coaches throughout the year. A branch of the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area, a component of the National Park System, is located in Roswell at Vickery Creek. Festivals and parades. Roswell Memorial Day Ceremony, the largest Memorial Day ceremony in Georgia. Roswell Roots, a festival of Black history and culture. Roswell Criterium Bicycle Race and Historic Roswell Kiwanis Kids Bike Safety Rodeo. Roswell Magnolia Storytelling Festival, Riverside Sounds Concert Series, Roswell Youth Day Parade and Festival, Keep Roswell Beautiful Duck Race, Roswell Annual Fireworks Extravaganza July 4th, Roswell Wine Festival. Education. Primary and secondary schools. Public schools. Roswell's local public schools are part of the Fulton County school system. Charter schools, Amana Academy, elementary schools, Esther Jackson Elementary School, Hembry Springs Elementary School, Mimosa Elementary School, Mountain Park Elementary School, Northwood Elementary School, Roswell North Elementary School, Sweet Apple Elementary School, Hillside Elementary School, River Eaves Elementary School. Middle schools, Crabapple Middle School, Elkins Point Middle School, Holcomb Bridge Middle School. High schools. Centennial High School, Crossroads Second Chance North Alternative School, Roswell High School. Private schools, Creative Montessori School, Blessed Trinity Catholic High School, Chrysalis Experiential Academy, Cottage School, Cross of Life Montessori School, Eaton Academy, Fellowship Christian School, High Meadows School, Queen of Angels Catholic School, Village Montessori, the Howard School, St. Francis High School, Jacob's Ladder Neurodevelopmental School and Therapy Center. Public libraries. Atlanta Fulton Public Library System operates the Roswell branch. Infrastructure. Major highways. State Route 9, State Route 92, State Route 120, State Route 140, State Route 400. Notable people: Martha Bullock Roosevelt, the mother of Theodore Roosevelt and grandmother of Eleanor Roosevelt, came from Roswell. Bullock Hall was her home. Emily Dolvin, the aunt of Jimmy Carter, lived in Roswell the majority of her life and was the inaugural chairwoman of the Roswell Historical Society. Architect Neil Reed lived in Mimosa Hall and died there in 1926. Comedian Jeff Foxworthy was a frequent diner at one of Roswell's popular bars, the Southern Skillet, when he lived there off and on in the 90s. Former two-time National League MVP Atlanta Braves baseball player Dale Murphy, lived in Roswell in the 1980s. In 2006, Tom Price was re-elected to a second term in the United States House of Representatives to serve as the congressman from the 6th Congressional District of Georgia, the district that encompasses most of Roswell. Georgia Secretary of State Karen Handel resides in Roswell. Pittsburgh Steeler and current NBC Sports announcer Jerome Bettis. Notes. External links: The New Georgia Encyclopedia entry for Roswell, Georgia, Roswell Convention and Visitors Bureau. Brief history of Roswell, official Roswell Memorial Day celebration site, http://www.tompriest.com, official Roswell Recreation and Park site, Barrington Hall, Archibald Smith Plantation House, Bullock Hall, Sharon D. Lawson, A Guide to the Historic Textile Mill Town of Roswell, Georgia. Darlene M. Walsh, ed. 1985. Roswell, A Pictorial History. Roswell, Georgia, Roswell Historical Society. ISBN 0-9615854-2-0. U.S. Census Slave Schedules, Cobb Company, Georgia, Historical Census Browser, 1860 and 1870. U.S. Census, Cobb Company, Georgia and Fulton County, Georgia. External links. City website, Historic Roswell Convention and Visitors Bureau, History of Roswell, Georgia, Chattahoochee Nature Center, Roadside Georgia's list of things to do in Roswell, State of Georgia website. Info on Roswell, georgianfo.com. Maps of Fulton County and surrounding area over the years.